and welcome to Summit Sessions. We are your hosts, Desiree Skelly, Mia Monroe, and Kayla Williams.
So we've entered the fourth and final quarter of the 22-23 school year. For many, this is an exciting time as you begin to think about life after high school. It can be exciting and overwhelming all at the same time. So today, Spartans, we want to discuss some of those life skills with you that will be needed for your next grand adventure, especially our seniors that are preparing to leave us and our juniors that will soon begin planning for their next steps. So Miss Skelly and Miss Williams, let's talk about what are those life skills that our Spartans need.
Yeah, I feel like the first one is understanding deadlines. We talk about this a lot, especially when it comes to classes, like you have a deadline for all of your assignments, things like that. But when you get into the real world and get into college for sure, those deadlines become a lot more strict. And so that's especially one that you need to remember when it comes to adulting.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think Miss Williams may be able to speak to this a little bit more too. But, you know, I know sometimes we're a little more flexible with our deadlines here in high school. But, you know, just looking at the college perspective there, Miss Williams, what do you think on the deadline piece? What's the stance that a lot of professors have today on deadlines?
Well, for sure, as an intern and just casually just going through classes, they are pretty tough on deadlines. You know, you have your date in the syllabus. It's either you have it done by that day or you get a 0. There might be some professors that are more lenient that might give you like the next week. And that's if you have a good reason like hospital, you're sick, or, you know, whatever it is. And those are far in between. But usually if you see that deadline on that syllabus, that's it.
Interesting. I think that correlates a lot to us as, you know, even when you leave your college days behind and you start paying bills, you know, the electric company wants their bill on the day that it's due. And if you don't pay it on the day it's due, there are certainly consequences for that. So I think keeping deadlines in mind is a great life skill for our students to be aware of. I also think another great life skill is to remember to be on time. You know, whether it's arriving to class early or whether it's arriving to appointments on time. I think that, you know, a lot of times if you show up late, even if it's 5 minutes late, you may end up having to reschedule something. So I don't know. I remember professors used to have office hours and, you know, if you had an appointment with them, you showed up on time. And if you didn't, you lost your spot. So
yeah, I definitely think that is a part of being professional as well, and putting your best foot forward when it comes to job interviews or anything like that. You always want to be there, especially if you can be early, like that can put you apart from other candidates in a job.
Especially another saying that I've heard all of my life is, you know, if you're on time, you're late. So if you're early, you're on time. So say your appointment's at 7 o'clock, you want to be there at least by 6:45 because you never know what's going to be on the road. You never know what's going to happen, like with your car or with your parents or whoever is getting you to that place. So if you're on time, you're late. And if you're late, you know, sometimes you might as well just not show up or just reschedule.
I definitely see that one thing that I think is always a good thing to work on is, you know, checking that email and responding in a timely manner. I know just, you know, going through that college application process right now for our seniors and juniors, listen up because this will be you this time next year. You know, at this point in time, a lot of you seniors, you have college email accounts already. And so not only do you have your high school email account you're checking, you got your personal email account you're checking, but you got to be checking that college email account as well because you are definitely starting to get messages that are coming in on that. And, you know, again, if you miss something through that, then there's opportunities there that are certainly missed. So I would say make sure you keep a check on your email and make sure you're not only responding in an appropriate amount of time, but responding in an appropriate manner as well. There's definitely email etiquette.
Yeah, I agree with that. And also thinking about things that are online, A lot of our students we know have social media accounts, and this is a way that you are putting things out to the world, and we just want you to remember that the things that you post can be seen by future employers or colleges, things like that. Like, even if you think it's private, it doesn't mean it always is. And so these employers or colleges can get that information, and actually that could potentially be used against you if it's something that is inappropriate or something that isn't professional to be put out there.
Mm-hmm, definitely. I think that's a huge one. I think it's becoming increasingly common for a lot of these colleges, especially if you are, maybe looking at some of the more highly selective schools or maybe private schools, for them to do a search of your social media to see if you are a good fit for their campus life or for the organization that you're applying to. And so I think it's always important to think about what you post before you post it, so that nothing that you post ever, comes back to be a hindrance to you in any way. All it takes is one screenshot of somebody saving something that you've posted, and then, just always be mindful, Spartans, of the things you're putting out there.
If something that I've always been told, if you wouldn't want your grandparents to see it, it shouldn't be out there for everyone else to see it.
Absolutely. I've always been told if you wouldn't want to stand before or sit before a jury and have to read that out loud, then don't post that or don't send it in an email. So I always try to be mindful of those things as well. I also think a key thing for you all to know is, interview skills. A lot of our freshmen have jobs or are going to be looking for jobs this summer, and a lot of our students are going to be looking for something to fill that time with this summer. And I think interview skills are always a great skill for everyone to have. I think it's a good rule for you to, when going to an interview, shake someone's hand, have good eye contact, ask questions, show interest in the job. I know, Ms. Williams, you've recently been on the job hunt for school counseling positions. Talk to us about that interview process. What were some takeaways you had from that?
So that was very nerve-wracking, as it is for any job entry level, whether you're just as a freshman or more so, going through college for college interviews, and then first jobs, anything after that. It's just, the main thing is eye contact, because a lot of people are either uncomfortable, but that's what they need. So no matter what you're doing, talking to friends, talking to parents, even just strangers, like saying, excuse me, like eye contact is a very good thing to have. And then just speaking confidently. They will never know that you don't know what you're talking about if you're speaking confidently. So there's no stuttering, there's no uhs or likes. You just keep talking professionally. Use, what you know, and kind of just make it work. And then they're like, oh, okay, that's good. That's a good idea. I'm like, okay, cool, because I didn't know either until I got there. So that's kind of what helped me get pushed along in the process, is that I might not know 100% of what I'm talking about, but if I know at least half of what I'm talking about, just say it confidently, then I can get somewhere and learn more to push that 50% up to an 80 and then to 100%.
Nice. Awesome. I'm always impressed too in interviews when people send follow-up thank you emails or notes for somebody's time. I definitely think that shows, your interest and sincerity in that person's time. So I think that's always a great life skill to have as well.
Yeah, and I think a lot of this is things that you can do even just in your daily lives. Remember, while you're going through high school, your teachers, your counselors, or others around you may be doing recommendation letters, or maybe trying to help you get a job or help you get into a college, and the way that they see you in school is going to matter as well. So how you show up everywhere you go, that person may have a say in helping you get to your dreams. So always be mindful of that as well.
Yeah, I love that. Well, Spartans, we are your school counselors, and this has been another episode of Summit Sessions. As always, the counseling office is open, and we are here for you in any way, and we will see you next time. Have a great day, Spartans.